to impact Sequoia in the immediate term. That's going to be moving northeast 35 miles per hour. The warning itself is set to expire at 4:45, so we've got a little ways to go before that one is expected to be a concern for us.
Rotation would be directly west of Sallisaw. Just got a new scan. So if there is a tornado, it would have likely just crossed I-40 and now is moving off towards the northeast, towards Marble City.
Okay, we have a wall cloud being reported by Chaser just to the west of Sallisaw, and that's going to be where we do have this area of rotation getting close to Sallisaw. This is our live storm chaser right here. This is Highway 100, is that correct? Is that where they're at? Highway 100. We'll keep we'll keep an eye on their camera feed and get an idea of exactly what they're seeing. They're in Gore. Okay, these folks are in Gore, Highway 100. We had some likely tornado damage move through that area earlier this afternoon. We've got those folks in town to get an idea of what's happening. Looks like they may be in a decent position to see the backside of our storm here.
I think we have
a new tornado warning. This is going to be for Benton and Washington counties. Let's go ahead and take an area-wide look at that specific storm. Okay, this is going to be for our northernmost storms right here. This is going to be for western, southwestern Benton, northwestern Washington County. This does include Prairie Grove. It includes Fayetteville. It includes a large majority of Springdale, as well as Highfield and Gentry. A strong area of rotation that has produced a large and destructive tornado is beginning to move towards the north and east. Your area of rotation, as seen right here, is pretty much just to the east of the state line. I think this radar data is a little bit old.
It's southeast towards Salem Springs now.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. I think this area of rotation where you is actually more likely right in this area. So here's 412. Folks in Tawnytown, I want you to go ahead and take shelter immediately. The storm is moving your direction. Siloam Springs, you're looking off towards the south and east, and you can find a strong area of rotation. I don't want you to go back outside, though. I don't want you to go back outside and look at it. In fact, it would be tough to see from your side, just given how much rain is involved with this specific storm. So let's back it up just a little bit.
We're getting old data, but it would be just to the southeast of Siloam Springs. It is just south of Highway 412. I'm going to pull up some roads here on the side and try to get a little bit better idea for us.
4 miles southeast of Siloam Springs. We likely have a tornado on the ground. 4 miles southeast of Siloam Springs. It doesn't surprise me at all to get that report in, just given how strong this rotation was when it was producing likely an EF3 tornado. It's maintaining itself as it moves into southwestern Benton County. If you're anywhere in that northwestern Washington, southeastern Benton County area, you're likely in the path of this specific storm. Zach circling where we expect that
Highway 16.
Right along Highway 16. Soon that's going to be passing 412. That's going to get really close to us in Highfield. Okay, if you live anywhere near the airport out there, we got to be seeking shelter immediately.
Yeah, it's moving to the east-northeast. Rotation tracker has picked up, but the debris signature, I'm going backwards in time, has continued to weaken. That was the trend that we talked about. It doesn't appear right now that I'm not seeing, at least looking at the debris like we have been using in Oklahoma, I'm not seeing the same kind of signature that we were seeing there just to the northeast now of Highway 16, getting ready to cross Highway 412.
Okay, so we have multiple tornado warnings at this moment. We've got one for Benton, we've got one for Washington, we've got one for Adair, we've got one for Sequoia, and we're probably going to have more before the night's over with. The event is just now beginning, okay? We are at the early end of this stage. These storms are moving into an area, we call it the environment, that is very, very, very favorable for the development of tornadoes, and it can happen quickly. This one specifically, that's moving into southeastern Benton County, likely a tornado on the ground, just southeast of Siloam Springs, has been
Service in Tulsa has issued a tornado warning for western Benton County in northwestern Arkansas, northwestern Washington County in northwestern Arkansas, northeastern Adair County in northeastern Oklahoma until 4:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. At 4:08 p.m. Central Standard Time, a confirmed tornado was located 3 miles southeast of Siloam Springs, moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. Another developing tornado was near Westfield, moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. Expected hazards included a damaging tornado. Tornadic debris has been confirmed by radar. The following impacts are expected. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. Locations in or near the path include Fayetteville, Springdale, Bentonville, Siloam Springs, Farmington, Prairie Grove, Gentry, Toddtown, Lincoln, Cave Springs, Westville, Greenland, Highfield, Watts, Springtown, Northwest Arkansas Regional Air, Cincinnati, Centerton, Johnson, Elm Springs. This includes Interstate 49 between mile markers 59 and 75. To repeat, a tornado is on the ground. Take cover now. Move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris.
Folks there in Adair are just sick of it, and we are for you too. Hopefully we can get this event wrapped up. I'm afraid we're probably at the early end of this severe weather outbreak. Sallisaw, west of town, crossing I-40, area of rotation that's pushing towards the north. It's not as strong as the other areas of rotation. So at this moment, I think we probably have something trying to develop, but at this moment, it may not actually be on the ground. Train spotter reporting a tornado. This is going to be northeast of Lake Francis, there in Benton County, along Highway 16. Debris being wafted into the air. Storm spotter reporting a tornado crossing Highway 16. This is going to be the Illinois River camera. Looks like they're very top of the screen, maybe a little bit of lowering. Hard to tell what that actually is, though. Back to radar, please.
Yeah, well, this is that report is just verifying the track that we've been watching. And again, here over to the side, using some of our other data, I'm seeing that tornado signature would be right on top of 412 right now to the east of Siloam Springs, but crossing over Highway 412. That's where we have the rotation, and that's where it is. It is still heading off towards the northeast, so down the line, heads up to us in Rogers. There you go. That's the latest imagery right there.
Yep, that's very concerning issue. That's probably where our tornado is. It is probably just to the east of Siloam Springs, right along 412. It's generally moving towards the east-northeast, so I do think that's going to put us relatively close to Toddtown. I think eventually, if this doesn't weaken, we very well look at issues in parts of Rogers and Lowell, maybe even perhaps Springdale over the next few minutes, watching the secondary area of rotation back off towards the south and west, moving through parts of northwestern Washington County. It's not as tightly wound up as it once was, but it is still a very concerning system.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I'm continuing to see some weakening here. I think even these next scans, this just came in as it's crossing Highway 412. Velocity certainly is still there, but it does look weaker to me, and I'm not seeing the debris signature that we once saw. It has continued to weaken. Now, that being said, with the storm that we had, if it was as strong as we believe it was, that could certainly carry debris for a long time. You could have leaves and things like that. So we could still get reports of maybe some debris falling from the sky, some of the lighter material. But right now, I am seeing a little bit of a weakening trend. We're not going to be fooled by this, Scott, though. We know these storms cycle. We've seen it do it.
It's done it tonight.
It's done it tonight. So we are going to continue to prepare as if it is going to reorganize, retighten, and give us another tornado. We're also watching that circulation off towards the south. Not too impressive with velocity, but looking on reflectivity just to the north of Summers and just to the east of Highway 59, I am seeing a little bit of a hook there, a little bit of a notch, and you can see that with the velocity. It's there, it's trying to tighten, and it's in an environment where it can do it at any moment.
Let's take a look at our Holiday Inn camera. This is going to be looking from our Springdale camera on top of the Holiday Inn. I've got it pointed off towards the west. Okay, can we point it slightly to the right or towards the north? Definitely can see the lowering of that wall cloud right there. Let's keep our eyes focused on that. At times, I'm afraid it's probably going to become rain wraps. So there very well could be something making contact with the ground right now, and we're just not able to make it out. But I can definitively tell you there is an absolute wall cloud right along 412 moving towards the east-northeast. Toddtown, you folks got to get to shelter right now. This storm has a history of producing a large and violent tornado, and while it is showing some signs of weakening at the moment, not enough to give me any reason for comfort. I think right now we have a very concerning system getting ready to move into parts of the heart of northwest Arkansas.
Yeah, absolutely. Still looking at the tornado-warned storm down in Sequoyah County. We are watching that one. Potential rotation there is to the north of Sallisaw, just to the west of Brushy. Latest scans here, seeing a little bit brighter color showing up on velocity. May see this storm trying to tighten up a little bit, certainly producing some gusty winds out there right now. That is heading to the northeast. That would be moving into southwestern Adair County. That would be making a movement towards Greasy, then eventually Cherry Hill, Salem, Stillwell, all further down the line, but within the path of this area of rotation in this tornado-warned storm.
No question about it. Let's go down to that southern supercell. It looks like a little bit more of a hook trying to develop out there. This one's not moving very quickly. This specific tornado warning runs till 4:45 for parts of Sequoyah, southern LaFleur County. Aikens, Brushy, Cherry Tree, Greasy are included in the path of this storm. We do have some areas of rotation, just not as strong as it once was earlier. That's not to say that it might not pulse up really quickly. In fact, the Weather Service telling me it is moving into an environment highly favorable for the potential of development of a tornado. Let's see.
I think the radar kind of dropped down a little bit there because the storm is west, just to the west of Brushy.
Looking at all of our cameras across the area, we have an expansive camera network, and it does look like we might be seeing rolling there on the west side, west of Springdale, so getting close to Tawnytown. Let's go back to Washington County. I'm seeing something else that I'm very curious about, just to the west. So this is going to be looking towards the north end of that cell.
Rotation is still there. It's weak, and if we do have a tornado or a funnel or anything like that, it is to the southwest of Springtown, to the southwest of Highfield. But like you said, it is back there into rain. That's where the best rotation is showing up, back into the rain curtain. So, like you said, we may still see the lowering on the front edge of it, but the tornado, if it's there, it's hidden out in the back.
I think that rotation right now at this point is very close to X and A. We're talking Highfield. I think it's very close to Centerton at this moment. It's there, maybe not as strong as it once was. This is where that southernmost cell is finally starting to get its act together and undercut the northernmost cell. At the moment, still a very serious situation unfolding as this storm moves into parts of Benton County. We still have a tornado warning for parts of Washington State. So, actually going on between the west northernmost and the west northernmost cell. Likely what's going to happen, the southernmost will win, and eventually it becomes more dominant, and it's going to try to pulse back up and start to cause some issues out there for us as well. But right now, most concerning sign of rotation is going to be near X and A, getting close to Centerton. That's where we find the highest area of rotation, the strongest area of rotation. We'll take a look back into the winds, and you can see that happening right here. Strong area of rotation there. Southern flank also seeing a little bit of activity.
You want me to back it up so we can kind of see the life of it? So we can show folks, yeah, you see the green and the red, but compared to what we were seeing back there,
moving to Adair County, that was a very, very, very strong area of rotation. That's where we likely had EF3 damage.
And so we're not seeing that kind of signature now. Now the fact that we're seeing just some reds and greens coming together, but a lot lighter, that's good news for us.
And that's good news for us at the moment. I really, really, really hope that trend continues. But right now, though, for X and A, if you love your Centerton, we've got to go ahead and take those tornado safety precautions, okay? The cell has a hit pulsing up and pulsing down. I think it's undergoing some changes. But one thing is for sure, changes or not, it's moving into an environment that's highly favorable for the rapid development of tornadoes. We've seen it today. We're going to continue to likely see it for the next 4 hours. The time is 22. I got the full weather team here, Weather Impact, tracking our severe weather outbreak as we've got a line of storms inching closer and closer to the area. Absolutely, the spring cycle developing out ahead of that line, capable of producing tornadoes. We've got some scattered activity in parts of Madison, Franklin, Johnson, Logan County. It's not severe at the moment. That's not to say it's something right now. Top side, what's going on? Surface and low Springs, Greasy, Marble City included in that tornado warning. It does include parts of southern Adair County that got worked over really hard today. Unfortunately, you've got this threat now moving into the area. What are you seeing with that rotation time?
Still broad, trying to tighten up down with the Sequoia County storm. I'm watching the area, trying to make it pick up the southern flank storm that we're watching to the north. It's going to be to the north of Prairie Grove, but that's what we're going to continue to watch. That area would be moving again, Farmington,